going on. They don't know what's going on.
We've tried to express the rights and the wrongs.
You haven't thought them through enough together, though. You're really not on the same page on a lot of things. I'm here to help you improve the situation. You know, we're going to try and undo some of the damage that has been done.
You don't want to look at like you're a failure at being a parent, you know, and I don't want to be viewed that way either.
I will be back, and I will be ready.
That book is going to be
outstanding.
Yeah, okay.
See you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Without some sort of radical epiphany, I don't think we're going to get that in a week.
After my day of observation, the problems in the Hanley household are easy to spot. So I've brought them a new set of rules.
Jim, Alice, you ready for a little meeting?
Yes.
Certainly.
Shall we sit over here?
These therapist parents are so busy disagreeing with each other that they've let their children get completely out of control.
We're going to talk about Nanny Stella's rules and tools. Dad'll like this. Yeah?
We're not going to change our thinking. We're just going to take it into consideration.
I like things my own way. Then when they change, you know, I become very discombobulated as well.
My first rule is parents work as a consistent team. It's not as effective as we would like it to be.
We are a team. I mean, we're married 20 some odd years. How we address it, it's sometimes a little different.
It isn't. You're smirking and you know it.
Put your finger down.
You are.
Rule number 2, sharing is essential. And from this point forward, you guys are going to have to share.
Sharing has always been a big issue in this family. We have a terrible time with it.
Give her the game.
Give me it back. I'll get this one.
Remember? Every few minutes we're switching, ready?
Go.
And the last and most important rule is
Respect is a two-way street. Do you guys know what that means?
No.
Okay,
I
well,
know. You have to have respect with each other and other people.
that's fabulous. I'm very
good
proud that you
job.
know
See?
that. You have to give it to get it, and you treat others as you expect to be treated.
We have to respect them. They have to respect us. It's just not going to happen. Matthew!
Stop.
Matt, you have more to eat here.
No, I don't.
Matt, could you sit
Matt,
up, please?
You're not respecting anything by leaving your head down on the table.
Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is time out. And I would like to try that.
I don't think timeout would work.
I'm the time out queen, and I really believe that if you're consistent and follow through and you keep putting them back and keep putting them back, that they will adhere to it. One thing I don't do is I don't put children in their bedroom for time out. To me, your bedroom is your haven.
We've done timeouts in their room. We never really thought it was a bad spot.
Okay, let me get to this one next.
Okay. This is a chore chart. Now, I know you guys do chores, but it's not very consistent. So when we do chores, we're going to mark them off.
We're going to give it the full tilt try, but I think it is going to be a little difficult.
all right, let's get started.
They're going to get extra water.
As the Hanleys get on with their day, I was impressed to see the kids enthusiastically helping out with the chores.
There you go. Do water the plants.
Good job, Matt.
Matthew's
I
turn.
already did.
Oh, you filled it in? Okay. Did you make your bed?
I know Cassandra put her laundry away. when
Put your laundry
her
away.
clothes.
Go across there. Stephanie, let's see what you've done so far.
You took out your trash from your room.
Excellent. Good job. I'm proud of you guys.
The kids did a good job, but as soon as the distraction of chores was over, I began to hear a storm brewing in the other room.
While they have a physical meeting.
Be careful with the door. Well, your finger's not supposed to be in there, Cassandra, but come on, Steph.
It seems Stephanie was having a problem sharing one of her toys.
Why were you closing the door on her?
Already, a rule has been broken.
Uh-huh. So you know you need to share stuff, and then she'll let you put them away.
No.
Let me see.
No, you're going to give them to her.
That's right.
No.
Dad wasn't handling the situation, and for something that I thought to be quite small and insignificant, it was a really major upset for Stephanie, so I wanted to get to the bottom of it.
It's so hard for you to just let her play with us for 5 minutes.
One of the things that I suggested was that maybe she could have something special that she didn't have to share. If those are your special things that you really don't want to share, well, after today, Stephanie's not going to want to share them, okay? But you can find something special, one toy that you don't want to share. All right?
I don't think that I was comfortable with that.
Really? I think she should still be required to share regardless. We don't have keepsies.
Dad's reaction to having something special that you don't have to share was absolutely no way. If you're not in agreement, that's fine. But maybe you guys can find something better that works, because that was atrocious.
Nanny came in and said, I want you to have a private toy without talking to us. We're not having private toys.
What's the decision made?
I think if we have something
Respect.
written out and something concrete for them to follow, that might work.
I have the rule book.
You have a rule book?
I was shocked to learn that Dad had a rule book long before I arrived.
If your kids have rules and they're required to share, why am I sitting here for 30 minutes debating it?
Because you're telling me she's going to have something that's
Well, you didn't
not
tell
gonna
me you
share.
had a rule before.
Dad thinks he knows everything, but he's got a thing or two to learn.
My goodness.
Right.
2006. 3 signatures below. We just did this year.
Now, look,
By all means.
this set of rules looks like it's predominantly for eating out.
Most of it, yeah. But there should still be sharing on there.
There's no sharing.
Okay. Again, I haven't, it's been a couple of months since I've looked at it.
Jim and Alice are educated. They have a lot of intellect. I think they have zero common sense.
No disrespect. That's over.
After learning that Dad had his own rule book, I knew that he was going to be very difficult. So today, I am hoping to see that Mom is on board.
No, Matt. Matthew does some of those things for attention. He likes to see our reaction. Come on, out.
No.
Matt, if you wreck the bed, you're not going to soccer tonight. I want it all cleaned up. All right, you lost soccer.
And when Matt acted up, Mom took away his soccer privilege. She is really letting him know she means business. But then Dad ruined all progress that Mom had made by making a game out of the situation. Dad turns Mom's attempt at discipline into a pillow fight.
You wanted to relax.
Matt, you're not going to make it.
Now, he's in there. We're leaving him in there.
Yep. Oh, you didn't get the other steaks?
How do you want to work out soccer, huh?
Right now, I want him to go.
After all that?
I can't believe it. Dad undermines Mom again by letting Matt go to soccer.
I have a problem saying that, well, you're not going to soccer, but then, of course, when it came time for the soccer practice, Jimmy took him to the practice.
Get your cleats and stuff on.
He shouldn't miss the soccer if he wanted to go.
Matthew was getting away with a lot more than what he should have.
After watching Jim destroy Alice's attempt at punishment, I needed to have a talk with her.
So where they went to soccer?
Yeah, they went to soccer. They should be back shortly.
But I thought you took away his soccer privilege. Let's get this straight. Jim is in charge. Alice may think she's got an opinion, but Jim's in charge.
You're breaking the habits of a lifetime for everybody. I feel like you've had the final word and you've agreed.
And say it.
And he'll still say something, and that's
Yeah.
the part that has an impact, Nobody's taking anybody seriously about listening and how serious some things are.
You need to stand your ground. When you give a punishment, stick to it.
And if that really improves with you two, anyway, I think that they'll get a better sense of, Mum means business or Dad means business.
I needed Mom to understand that her children's well-being is at stake.
My point to you is if you feel so strongly that something is affecting the welfare of your children and your family, you have to drive that point home.
I think there's an imbalance between myself and Jim.
Later, when the family returned home, I was anxious to see if I had gotten through to Mom. It was nice to see the family spending some fun time together.
Grab some Dominoes.
can play.
But very quickly, Matt started to act up.
Touch him. No. Don't touch him. Sit down. Hold Angel.
He gets his few.
Although Mum made an effort to correct Matthew, again she was quickly undermined by Jim.
We just said not touching there.
I'm not touching.
I was disappointed to see that Mum just sat idly by.
One more.
Your job as a parent is to teach your children the difference between right and wrong and what's expected of them. Alice and Jim continue to do nothing while Matthew becomes increasingly violent. If I don't get through to Jim, Matthew's awful behaviour will never change. But first, I want to make sure Stephanie is okay.
Shake it off. Go get a drink of water.
Stephanie was hurt and upset, and Dad showed almost no compassion.
It's the girls that are immature enough so far, maybe.
Poor Stephanie was left alone in her room crying. I guess it's up to me to console her.
Okay, can we have a little talk? Because I'm very concerned that you're still upset. What is it that's upsetting you so much?
The lack of discipline is hurting these children, and the parents don't seem to care. We are going to have showdown. After seeing the disastrous effect Dad's lack of parenting had during the dominoes game, I had to sit down and have a serious talk with him.
Tell me what you think your job is as a parent. Do you think it's your job to be your kid's best friend?
I want to be the friend who can still get it done.
Your job as a parent is to teach your children the difference between right and wrong and follow through on discipline. Do you want your son to take you seriously, Jim? Do you want your son
He does.
He doesn't. How does he take you seriously? Your children don't listen to you when it doesn't suit them, and they're going to be asked to do a lot of things in life that they don't want to do. But fundamental things like when you're saying something as simple as don't walk into the street because there's 15 cars coming down the road.
You should obviously be parenting more than friendship. I understand. I'm willing to try it, but I think part of it is going to be a little difficult.
It's going to fly if you make it fly.
I'm really not convinced that Jim is 100% on board. I think he still will revert to his old ways.